Hey guys, I have some packages from China that I need to unbox, and we're gonna do it now. Most of them are Nintendo Switch related. A couple of them are just kind of lighthearted novelty items. One of them is a pretty cool, serious item from the Nintendo Switch, and one of them just kind of is similar to a Nintendo Switch in some ways. And that's the one that we're gonna open first. Everything else is Nintendo Switch related but this. So we're gonna set the Switch aside for now. And we're going to start with this. And this is just going to be an unboxing or unpackaging, I should say, video. Because this one's going to take a lot more time. This one's going to be a dedicated video, not just an unboxing type video. So what we have here, I'm sure you already see in the description or the title. The Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. I have some other items that are still on the way. The grip, the mini HDMI cable, and screen protector and all that stuff. But here is the unit itself. I got the watermelon color, and we're just gonna take a look at what it would be like if you were to have ordered the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Pretty discreet box inside of a discreet bag, which is good. I like discretion on my mail. So there we go with that. Let's just get into this box real quick. We're not going to even turn it on. We're just going to take a peek. We'll press the buttons and see how everything feels and looks. But we got to have a whole new video for this one, okay? So let's just get through it. Because I got a bunch of packages to open. Or at least 3 or 4 more. Alright. We're going to see this together for the first time. And I'm super excited. So here we go. Oh, and it's upside down. Retroid Pocket. This is my first Retroid device, so it was a toss-up between the Anbernic RG556 or this, and I decided to go with this, the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. It's still sealed. Do I even want to open it right now? You know what? I'll do it because you're gonna see in the video that I mention it at the beginning, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell, man? You didn't even show it." So let's check it out. Just a tiny little sticker, that seems to be it. Probably a magnetic flap. What do we have here? Watermelon. Warning, the damage of the machine caused by dismantling without permission does not belong to the scope of the after-sales service. I hear Retroid has some pretty good after-sales service too. I hope that's the truth, and I hope that the triggers are fixed, because I know that the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro had some analog trigger issues with that first wave of orders. So let's just hope, yep, that was magnetic. Let's just hope that's solved. Ooh, nice presentation so far. Leaves me not knowing what to do yet. And I knocked over my Nintendo Yu-Gi-Oh! Mini. That's okay, it shouldn't have been there anyway. All right, we slide it out this way. So let's just give it a little jiggle. There we go. And I knew it was gonna be kind of small because it is actually a Retroid Pocket, and Pocket should mean something. We have our favorite foam. I love this foam. Okay. We have a screen protector, which means I didn't need to order one. Should have known. They got me with that one. And here we go. Has some good weight to it. We have the user manual here. We'll check that stuff out in a deep dive video. I got some cool stuff coming up for this one. Oh man, I'm liking it. Sorry I didn't cut my nails or do anything. My fingers are looking terrible, but hey, I'm a dude, and this was on impulse. So the plastic feels really nice. I don't think it's going to have any issues like the Retroid Pocket Flip did, especially the red one, huh? I think it was the Sport Red, though. I'm not sure if I'm getting enough light here for this, but here we go with this D-pad. I love the Vita-style D-pad. Dome switches. Beautiful pivot. There's not even a thunk. You know when a lot of the D-pads will have that like thunk that you press in the center before? This just sits right on that pivot perfectly. That feels really nice. We're going to put that to the test in another video. Face buttons. Nice and snappy. That's a rubber membrane. That's not a dome switch. These are dome switches. These are rubber membranes. Sticks. Actually, they feel really good. Nice and punchy. So sticks are smaller than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were actually going to be, I don't know why I thought they were going to be full size. I think it's just because I'm looking at it as if it was bigger, like the Nintendo Switch or something. Let's just give an idea of scale real quick. But here's a Nintendo Switch, and here's a Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. So just an idea. So when you think of JoyCon style sticks and you're looking at this, you think of JoyCon sticks as small. So that would make this look big if you're not looking at it with something for scale. So let me move this stuff out of the way. You know how I do it, guys. It's all on the fly. So sorry when I get things in the way like that right there. But here we go. So the sticks are actually kind of small. They're low, and they are kind of they're a little bit light. Like there's not much resistance, but they do feel like they have a good amount of travel, more than a JoyCon stick has. And I wonder if you could put those like foam donuts underneath these to give it a little bit more resistance. I'm not sure if that'll be necessary. The triggers, I don't feel any problems with them. I don't know if there will be. They feel good. Let's see. I should say the right one feels good. Here's the left. Feels good too. Analog, nice and smooth, no creaks, no squeaks. Now we got the bumpers. Exact kind of click that I was hoping for. On the far inner end, it still will actuate, but it's more resistant there, but you're not going to be pressing it all the way over there anyway. Everywhere else it feels great. Nice. Sticks click, everything's good. Start and select, home and back, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, your USB-C, and your SD card slot. We got our air vent, micro or mini HDMI, volume down and up, and power. We're going to save that power for another day. So that's going to be it for the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. Give one more kind of close up. Let's see if I can get the light a little bit brighter on this, or a little close. I know this is old news to some of you guys. It's been out for a while. There's been a bunch of reviews already done, but it's new to me. So I'm excited. I have a pre-configured Pegasus launcher card coming from somebody special, so we're going to check that out. It should be pretty cool. All right, let me move this aside. Let's move on. Now we're going to turn to some packages that are mainly Nintendo. Actually, they're all Nintendo Switch related. I have one serious one right here, and I guess we'll save this for last. That was sent to me by NYXI themselves, so I'm pretty excited to have actually made it to a point where NYXI is actually sending me products for review. I like NYXI products. I have their Wizard, and the Hyperion is something I don't have, but I know I like because I have the Stellar QRT5, and I love the way that feels. But this right here is just a novelty item. This right here, and the other item that the other couple items I have here are kind of novelty items. So let's check them out. Maybe we'll play with them, maybe we won't, but we'll look at them. Maybe I won't cut right into the box this time. Be a little bit more careful with my razor. I feel like I am cutting into the box. I am. It's okay though, because it's an ípega device. Is that how you pronounce it? ípega? Or ípega? I'm sure some of you guys have seen this one before. Oh, something just dropped out of there. We got, look at that, a little zipper bag. I don't know what, I guess you could put like cables and stuff in there. I'm not complaining. That's cool. So this right here, it's kind of crazy because it looks like it has a similar appearance to, what is it, an Atari Jaguar controller based on the size. It's massive. But this thing is called the Hillbilly Cat. The Hillbilly Cat. And I just couldn't pass it up. I'm a cat lover. And it's a six face button controller slash arcade stick slash fight pad slash, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's a Hillbilly Cat, and it works with the Switch and the Switch Lite. You can dock your Switch in it. I have another thing similar to this that was just a little fight pad where you would seat the Switch in it. The BAXY was ABXY was mixed up. It was like Xbox layout, not Nintendo, but you know, that was, and when I got it, it was before Nintendo even had implemented the button mapping tool into their software, so it was kind of lame at the time. And then once they did that, it actually became kind of a cool little thing to mess around with when you want to play some beat 'em up, shoot 'em ups, or fighters. Because you got the 6 face button right there. And on things like Street Fighter, you can map them in the game, so it didn't even matter. But on this, it looks like they got the buttons right. They got BA and YX right, but LR on the left, which I think they should be on the right. And there's some other interesting things about this, so let's check this out. Again, I don't think this thing is going to be amazing when it comes to circularity tests or anything like that. It's just for fun. This was a $20 item just for fun. Not even, excuse me, not even $20. But I thought it was kind of cool because you can treat it kind of like a little arcade, mini arcade, or you could treat it as a wireless Bluetooth controller. And I think today, based on what I'm looking at down below, we're not going to get too deep in the woods with this. We're just going to take a look at it. We'll play with everything on another day. You know, I ask you guys which things you guys want to see, and you tell me in the comments, and that'll be what I choose to do first. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to choose the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, but I got something else down there that's pretty cool too. Anyway, let me set this aside. We got our USB-C to USB-A cable right there. We know what that is. We got, it says Elvis wireless Nintendo Switch controller. So they're calling it the Elvis here. So it's the Hillbilly Cat on the box. And the manual, it's called the Elvis. I'm not going to get into the manual right now. It's going to take too long. So check this out. This flips up right here somehow. Let's see it. Yeah, there we go. Just pops up. Okay, so the other one had a USB-C port right there where the switch would just kind of sit in there and it would be wired. This is a Bluetooth connection, just straight up. You could actually use this for emulation too, because everything recognizes something on the joystick. Everything recognizes a Nintendo Switch Pro controller these days in regards to emulation. So that's what this is going to be recognized as, is a Pro controller. So just for kicks, let's see how the Switch mounts and sits in it. If it gives a decent angle, it does. You know what I mean? It could be better. From the angle you're looking at, it's probably not best, but it's actually at a playable angle. It's a little bit too vertical to actually use this like this, but honestly, that doesn't really. I'd probably have it on a kickstand or use a portable monitor for it anyway. So it's just kind of a gimmick. It actually sat right much better in the one that was designed for it to seat in it than it did here. But there's something kind of special about this too. For one, it has a D-pad. Let's see how that feels. Okay, it's not great. I didn't expect it to be, but what's crazy is this thing is comfortable. It's comfortable to hold. Even dual sticks. We got our digital triggers right here, kind of like a Dreamcast controller. Doesn't that kind of look like a Dreamcast controller? And you see that big knob down there? So we got our bumpers here, little clicky L and R. And we got this big knob right here. It says tight and loose. How do you guys like it? I think I'm going to leave that one for you guys, but I'm just going to take this out of here. All right, so we got some rubber feet on the bottom to prevent from slipping when you're playing. And this right here is your little joystick cap. So if you want to actually play a game like you're in the arcade, it's not going to be a micro switch, what do you call it, stick, but it's going to be, oh, okay, you just take the rubber cap off like that. And you screw this on, and you have yourself a little ball cap, kind of like a joystick, like you're at the arcade. And you can pull off some Hadoukens, or some Shoryukens, any of that. We're going to give that a try. We're going to do that in another video, and we're going to try it like this too. So as you can see, it's got these cheeks, not really cheeks, but nice grips. It's actually really comfortable to hold. And you know what? Just for kicks, if this thing allows for circularity tests, we'll test that too in another video. We know ípega brand stuff doesn't fare well when it comes to tests, doesn't fare well when it comes to the quality of the plastic, lifespan, anything about it, but they're cheap and they're kind of fun. And this is totally fun. You got to give them that. They came up with something pretty creative, and I'm looking forward to trying it. So I'm going to move this aside now, and we're going to test this in another video, okay? All right. what else do we have here for the Switch? Okay, so we have something here for the Switch that somebody finally designed, or maybe just designed a long time ago, that I've been thinking since the Switch came out that someone should design. And I don't know if it's going to be implemented the way I hope, but if anybody knows about satisfying the way they have their asymmetrical grips, they have a mini grip as well. And it allows your right hand to be offset to the side so that your thumb can rest on the stick or the buttons in a more proper, comfortable position than it would naturally rest on a Joy-Con, because the Joy-Con are, you know, in line up and down. I'm just going to pull them off here because we're just going to slot them in this and see how it feels. So this right here is the first Joy-Con charging grip. Not only is it a wireless Joy-Con charging grip, but it says that it has audio as well. So you can plug in a 3.5mm headphone cable and have audio. I'm thinking if that's the case, it's probably gonna have to be plugged in with a USB-C cable to the dock. I'm not sure. Again, that's something we're gonna test out in another video. I'm curious, I don't know if you guys are, but the thing that I was most interested in was the shape, because usually they're not shaped in a V, they're shaped in an A. Every time there's a Joy-Con grip that comes out, it's shaped in an A. And to me, it just never makes sense, because it's pushing that right thumbstick deeper into your palm and making it like even harder to access. But if it was like this, in a way where the grips were comfortable, you'd have access to everything. And it seems to be that that's what they did here. So I'm kind of excited to see this. I really hope it actually works. Let's see, before I throw the box aside, let's check out the cable. They provide a decent cable. Look at that. This is not, I mean, it's not the best. Whenever I see a seam like that on the USB, I consider it kind of cheap. But it seems to have some kind of like, well, I don't know if that's a breakaway surge, whatever that's for, but it's there. You hardly ever see that on a, I guess it's because it's a charging grip. But here we go. So it feels good in the hands already, nice and chunky. Good for people like me with big hands. And honestly, I love the Joy-Con. I like using Joy-Con, especially for games that don't require precise thumbstick movement, but you still want to use the sticks, or at least the left stick. I love it. And I also use these Skull & Co. right here, and you could double stack them like this. So when you do that, you have like a bigger stick, you know, more precision. So I only have the singles on here right now on these, but let's just slide these in and check it out. Okay, didn't give me the most satisfying click, but that's fine. It might be my Joy-Con, because this one is not, wait, is that? Yeah, that one's mine. I ordered this one. This one I've had since birth. Okay, so neither of them are giving a good satisfying click. It doesn't look like there's much. Yeah, there's nothing really. There's no notch to hold the Joy-Con in. So that's all there. That's what's going on there. So no big deal. Just don't push them like that. But all right, so here we are. Now I'm gonna tell you how it feels. Just in my opinion, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that. The thumbstick is now offset. It's pushed to the left a little bit. And the buttons are a little bit to the right. You still have that case where when you're pressing B, your thumb is touching the right stick. That's just something you're not going to be able to avoid unless you turn this thing full on sideways. And then everything's going to be weird. Like up over here is going to feel like left. So I think they put it at like a happy medium here. And I actually think this is pretty cool. So we'll test this one out in another video. We'll see if that audio jack actually works while it's plugged in. We'll see if it charges the Joy-Con. It's interesting that they don't lock in, but that it actually charges them. So we'll have to see how that works. Charging grip stand for NSW Joy-Con, model HSSW159. I have some other cool stuff that I'll show you. When we test this, we're going to test the other stuff too. That last controller that I showed you, this, and a couple other things that I've showed in some previous videos that we haven't gotten to yet. So it'll be kind of like a Joy-Con video, just mostly novelty items or maybe practical items like this, which I think is pretty cool. This, real quick, just take a look at, sorry, let me just grab the Nintendo official charging grip and show you what I mean. So here we go. Look at that. I mean, look, This one's made for baby hands. This one's made for adult and grown, at least relatively grown people's hands. And it feels really, really good. It actually feels really good. So I'm kind of excited about that. We're gonna test those out. But we have something else here that I might save for an individual video because I have one more coming and I've already unboxed one with you guys before. And this is the PB Tails, those chalk controllers that are like geometric. And unfortunately, I thought I was going to be getting the limited edition 1983 Famicom version. After I paid for it, I still haven't got my refund on it, but it's sold out, and I'm going through a process of trying to get my refund because they said they shipped it, they never did, and now it's out of stock, so it is what it is. But this is the Wukong version, and I did a little research on what Wukong means, and it's some kind of Chinese lore, Chinese story about some kind of monkey king who is all powerful or something, and he slays a tiger, and he wears the tiger's face as a mask. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's something to do with this guy right here. This is Wukong right here, and the controller is really cool because it's like symmetrical in every way possible, and it is a tiger. It's kind of funny to think of it as a monkey. The Monkey King is what Wukong is, but the controller is the tiger, the mask that he wears. Oh, it came in a case. I did not expect it to come in a case. Well, that's cool because all the other ones cost about $10 more for the case, and I was like, oh, I'll pass on the case. I'm not much of a glitter person, but it's really hard and solid, and it has the same shape as the controller, so no complaints. Little PB Tails zipper logo, or I mean, what do you want to call that? Whatever that's called. That's cool. So I did not expect it to come in a case. This costs about 24 bucks. All metal. Well, I don't know about all metal, but the back is metal, and there it is. Yeah, the front, I think that's plastic. Yeah, the front is plastic. But check that out. Isn't that cool? Talk about symmetry. I mean, it doesn't get much more symmetrical than that. That is the only thing that's not symmetrical are the logos on the buttons. But we have our thumbsticks here. These are membranes. They're not dome switches like you have on a JoyCon. The newer 1983 one had Hall sticks and an actual D-pad over here on the left. So I'm kind of bummed that I wasn't able to get that one. But they're sending me a silver stand, so it's gonna look good with this one, and it'll look good with the other one I have too. But I also have a plastic one coming that it's been around for a while. If you ever watched the Retro Future, that channel, or Elliot Cole, I'm not sure which one he did it on, but he reviewed it before, and that's it kind of looks like, I don't know if it was Shepard Fairey or whoever, but it's Mr. Wu Long is what I think it is, and I don't know if he's some kind of graffiti artist in China or what, but it just looks like it's, you know, kind of like a certain type of street art on the controller itself, and it looks pretty cool. The whole thing's plastic on that one, so it's gonna be lighter, and I really like these. I still haven't tested them. We're gonna do the whole PB Tails video. We'll test all three of them together once the other one comes. So cool. Here's the losing my voice here again. Check this out. Okay, they just have it wrapped up. USB-C to USB-A. All right, I'm mumbling. Sorry about that. Let me just stick this back in the case, and we're gonna move on. And we have something special. So this right here did not come from AliExpress. Let me save that manual. This was sent directly by NYXI. So they reached out to me. They actually found my YouTube page somehow. I'm sure they have people that are just looking for people that do stuff like I do. There's a lot of us out there. And they asked me if I'd like to review the Hyperion Pro. And I said, sure, I'd love to. So it came in like a week. I couldn't believe how quick it came. It arrived. So we're just going to see which one it is today, because I'm not even sure. Is it green? Is it black? What colors are there? Is it the GameCube one? I hope it is. And then we're going to test everything out in another video. I'll probably do a dedicated video for this. I owe them that, at least. So I'll have links in description here and on my future videos where you can get everything you've already seen in this video. So, ooh, it is the purple one. Awesome. All right. So there it is. Move that aside. NYXI Hyperion wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch Lite and the OLED. Palette, breathe, rainbow breathe. I love the GameCube layout. I love the color. I like the right thumbstick being yellow. I'm cool with everything being standard layout on here. No analog triggers. I'm not sure. So the Stellar T5 has everything mechanical. This has Hall sensor sticks, obviously, but I think it has membrane buttons. I think the triggers might not be. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to check it, but we're gonna do a straight up deep dive on this controller. Should I open it right now and take a quick look? You know what? Let's do it. Get some quick answers real quick. Get the tests done later. All right, so this, did they not add a centerpiece? Okay, there's, see, nice branded centerpiece. Matching, that's cool. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm still in the squeaky chair here, but all right, so we're just gonna get a feel for these today. How they look. Your standard plastic, nothing too special, nothing wrong with it. D-pad, it's that real shallow travel micro switch D-pad. No false inputs right or left. You're not gonna have a problem with the Contra test. We'll have to test Street Fighter and some other games with that. I got the quality control sticker stuck on my finger here. Let's put that over there. So we got our back button here, nice and quiet. Our shoulder buttons, that is a micro switch. It's not loud, but it's very tactile. You feel it. It's not like a mouse click though, as you can see. Same with this one. This one's probably the same switch, but it sounds different just probably because of the different shape of the plastic and how it's coming in contact with it. Let's check out these buttons here. Face buttons, how are they gonna feel? Am I getting enough light in here? Let me just out of the way. And let's just put it all together first. So there we go, the NYXI Hyperion Pro. I like the way it looks, I really do. And I like those clear glass style buttons where the letters are inset or deep in there. I'm pretty sure everything lights up. They feel nice and snappy, membranes, silicone. Nobody's gonna have a problem with these buttons. Unless you absolutely hate perfect buttons, you're not gonna have a problem with these. They feel great. Now the D-pad, on the other hand, that's going to be subjective. I think that there's going to be people that love it, and I think there's going to be people that are not too stoked on it, just because there's never a D-pad that's perfect for anybody. But I think these buttons are perfect for everybody. They just feel great. The triggers, I'd say there's a little bit of travel on them for a micro switch, but not bad. That's like when you're playing, it's no different than a membrane. It actually kind of feels like a membrane. It might even be a dome switch. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do a teardown, unless someone's already done it. I'm sure they have. The sticks, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna put some rubber caps on. Ooh, they got the metal on the actual stick, and anti-friction rings as well, nice and smooth. There's not much texture on the top. They're real slick, so I'll be putting thumbstick caps on top of these, which I do on everything anyway. But yeah, they're a little slick. Other than that, they feel good. They have these two charging ports on the bottom, which I never end up using. I either charge them on the Switch or I use a separate charging piece that I'll show you in another video that I disassembled from Adobe charging controller, a charging grip similar to the one I just showed you, but much cheaper. Not much cheaper price-wise, but just all around cheaper. But it works. I just got the centerpiece straight out of it. Has a charge port on the top. And I actually have the charging port for the NYXI Wizard as well. They sold that after the fact later, but it's a little bit thicker. It sticks out to there. I'm wondering how it might work on here. It's thinner too. We'll have to check that out. It might actually look kind of cool on here. It'll bring the controller in and make it so it's about ½ an inch less wide, and it might actually look kind of cool. We'll have to see. But anyway, I'm stoked on the Hyperion Pro. We got our turbo home. I'm sure it's going to wake up the Switch. I got to pair it first. So we're going to do a full-on Hyperion Pro video coming up real soon. I think that's it for today, you guys. I have a bunch of other JoyCon stuff that I want to show you, but I'm going to save them for a different time. I have a few things going on right now that are slowing me down from making these videos, and I apologize for that. But thank you guys for watching, and I promise I'll be back with another one soon. Peace.